But like what I had in mind, and we could do the alt loop, I just want to show you the alternative. Was like I was going from
How I'm thinking is like just fucking drums and bass. like just have him doing like
something I think would be really cool if Carson you start off with a semi just like kind of interesting, kind of catchy like
yeah, to go into this really slow song.
it's not that slow.
It's pretty slow.
What, you want me to like come out here with like fucking will that work just like a
I want to do something real quick with you, Cody.
like, go ahead, go, do that.
Now this is the equivalent of like Frank Zappa fucking smoking a cigarette on an interview.
yeah.
It's one of the only movies I own digitally. Really? Yeah, I don't know why I bought it on like forever ago.
The baby.
Everyone start.
That's the thing. A lot of it stems from like not even anything musically. Just think of like inflections, like just loving the English language. That type of being able to suss out exactly who everybody is in a room and knowing exactly which manner and how to talk to them. It's like, okay, like this person is a presence, you know? I equate that to like how people think of music and their vocalists. Musically though, like I was very into like, well, every kid from my generation is probably going to say the Beatles and Michael Jackson and other, you know, just kind of everybody knows them at this point because our parents know them and their parents know them. I also had an older brother who was like really into just industrial and just indie rock and like hardcore metal at that point. From like a 90s kid now going into the 2000s, at least he was like me sitting in the car with him and him playing like Rammstein, things like Cold Chamber, Seven Dust, or that, or these people are characters. Kind of see them without actually having to see them. The presence is just so, it's loud. You know, whether they're singing loud or not. Who do I think of? Like Cab Calloway. It was just old cat, like, I'm guessing like 1930s, 40s. This dude was insane at like singing, but also talking while he's singing. Talking in a rhythm and in a certain tone to where it just gives all the music what it needs, and then has it become more like a movie instead of just a listening experience. Like those are the type of people where I'm like, that's the type of person I would like to be. What I see out of the music that we make, I imagine myself just out on a lakeside somewhere, just away from civilization. There's nothing except just being surrounded by the unknown. You know, there's just constantly life flowing. You know, like I think of like a lakeside, and I think of fish. I think of the frogs. I think of the birds and the insects and all of that. You know, it's like some people think it's like a, you know, being in a remote place, when really it's like you're full of company. That's kind of how I view Overtire. Where it's like you see metal nowadays and like kind of just focusing on like a specific nerve that's constantly being tugged out at the point of breaking, instead of like thinking about like what is the repair. Literally any pasta, like lasagna and like any type of cheesy pasta, Alfredos. Okay. Chords, and then second verse. And or Or we could do like a cool like a bridge thing like how Nirvana does right after the chorus and then go into the verse.
I could do the kind of arpeggiated version to make it a little softer.
But like instead of like doing like the hi-hat open, fucking just have it closed so it's got just attitude.
Attitude, please.
What do you want?
What was the first thing we asked you?
When did you
Who
first...
inspires you as
You do.
My dad's a tattoo artist, and I was around that my whole life and enjoyed making art, and the fact that doing that as a career was an option, I decided to pursue that. And when I create art, I try to not take too much inspiration from things, but create something that I enjoy looking at, you know. And it's the same for music. Like I don't really have musical inspiration. Like I don't have any bands that I've looked up to or that inspire me to do certain things. I just kind of try to make stuff that I like in a creative way, you know. Like with art and music, there's basic rules to follow, and you can always bend them and be able to create something that you enjoy. Liminal is a good one. Like kind of nostalgic but unnerving. Like I try to create a like feeling of uneasy, but also like something you want to look at, you know, like the same way that a lot of our music kind of has the vibe of like there's some parts that are like uneasy, but that you want to listen to it, like it, you know, it's got a very weirdly nostalgic vibe to it. It's like nostalgic in a modern way, especially with our music. Like I try to get like the vibes of shit that you listen to with your parents when you were a young kid, you know, like fucking Deftones playing on the radio, or old Tool, like with modern twists to it, you know.
Bullshit's a badass, dude.
And why?
Because it's fucking cool, man.
I'm just saying.
So me and Josh used to work at Guitar Shop, and one day we were having a smoke. We're talking about starting a band. Ended up writing our first demo, Symbiosis, in about 2 months. And the next step was finding a whole band. And that's when we reached out to Kobe, who then reached out to Carson. And we got together, and we... the rest is kind of history. But in that search for Carson, we did end up meeting a badass dude named Spider. He's probably one of the best drummers. One of the best drummers I have ever met in my life. He is so fucking good. Only problem is he's in like 20 bands, I think, somewhere around there. And so we just have Carson.
I think Spider's a fucking cunt.
お前はもう死んでいる。 何？大は匠でひぜぶ。Fight! Fatality.